So, you've hung up your work boots, the kids have finally flown the coop, and you're staring at your calendar thinking, now what? Well, I'll tell you what. How about swapping your slippers for safari boots and your afternoon nap for a proper knees-up adventure? Forget pottering in the garden. We're talking about a country so vibrant, so full of life, it'll make you feel 20 again. We're off to South Africa, my darlings, and trust me, this isn't your average package holiday to Spain. This is the real deal, a trip that's got more drama, more beauty, and more excitement than a season finale of, well, anything, really. Now, for all you lovely people over 50 who think your wild days are behind you, think again. South Africa is calling, and it's got your name written all over it in big, glittery letters. We're going to explore everything from majestic mountains to vineyards that are practically medicinal. And don't you worry about the nitty-gritty planning. I've got you covered. All my top hotel and travel recommendations can be found in the description below, so you can just sit back, relax, and get ready for the journey of a lifetime. This is retirement, but not as you know it. This is retirement with a roar. So, grab a cuppa or maybe something a little stronger. We're not judging. And let's dive into the 15 absolute must-do adventures that will make your friends green with envy. We're talking epic landscapes, incredible wildlife, and stories you'll be telling for years to come. It's time to add a bit of spice to your golden years, to prove that adventure doesn't have an age limit. Are you ready? Of course you are. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? Right, first up on our grand tour is the legendary Kruger National Park. Now forget your local zoo with that one sad-looking lion. This is the real McCoy, the A-list of animal encounters. We're talking about the big five: the lion, leopard, rhino, elephant, and buffalo. Seeing them in their natural habitat is one of those pinch-me moments. Honestly, it's more thrilling than finding a tenner in an old coat pocket. You're out there, in an open-top vehicle, the air is crisp, and you're surrounded by the sounds of the African bush. It's pure magic. The best time to pop over is between May and September. It's the dry season, you see, so the vegetation is a bit sparse, which means the animals can't play hide and seek as well. They all congregate around the waterholes, making it a bit like a who's who of the animal kingdom. It's a viewing party, and you're on the VIP list. You'll be so close you can see the eyelashes on a giraffe, which, let me tell you, are fabulous. They could give any supermodel a run for their money. Now, a little tip from me to you: bring a good pair of binoculars. While you might get up close and personal with an elephant, that leopard lounging in a distant tree might just look like a funny-shaped spot without them. Think of them as your opera glasses for the grand theatre of the wild. And please, for the love of all that is holy, resist the urge to get a selfie with a grumpy-looking buffalo. They have a terrible sense of humour and aren't fans of the camera flash. Just enjoy the moment, soak it all in. This isn't just about ticking boxes. It's about connecting with nature on a level you've never experienced before. It's the silence, broken only by the call of a bird or the rustle of something large in the bushes. It's the feeling of being a small part of something so vast and ancient. It's profoundly moving, and frankly, it beats an afternoon of daytime television hands down. So charge your cameras, pack your khaki, it's a classic for a reason, and get ready for an unforgettable show. After all that rugged business in the bush, you might be thinking, Richard, I need a bit of pampering. And who am I to deny you? Our next adventure is pure, unadulterated luxury. We're talking about the Blue Train, a 5-star hotel on wheels that glides from Pretoria to Cape Town. Honestly, it's so glamorous, you'll feel like you've stepped into an old Hollywood movie. The only thing missing is Cary Grant offering you a cocktail, but the onboard butlers come pretty close, I must say. They are charm personified. Imagine this. You're sitting in a plush armchair, a glass of something bubbly in hand, watching the stunning South African landscape roll by your window. No traffic jams, no "are we there yet?", no wrestling with a sat-nav that's having a meltdown. The sheer bliss of not having to drive yourself is a holiday in itself, isn't it? You just get to sit there looking fabulous as the scenery changes from the golden grasslands of the Highveld to the rugged mountains of the Cape. It's the most civilized way to travel. The cabins, or suites as they call them, are just divine. We're talking marble bathrooms, ridiculously comfortable beds, and a little button you can press for service. It's terribly dangerous, that button. You press it for a cup of tea, and before you know it, you're ordering champagne and canapés at 3 in the afternoon. The dining car is an event in itself. Silver service, gourmet food, and a wine list that could make a grown man weep with joy. You have to dress up for dinner, which is a lovely excuse to put on your best bib and tucker. The journey takes about 31 hours, and it's an experience from start to finish. There's even an off-train excursion where you stop in the historic town of Kimberley to see the Big Hole, which is exactly what it sounds like. A massive old diamond mine. It's all terribly interesting, but the real joy is the journey itself. It's slow travel at its absolute finest. It's a chance to unwind, read a book, chat with fellow passengers, and just be utterly, completely spoiled. It's your retirement. You've earned it. Now that we've arrived in Cape Town in style, it's time to tackle its most famous landmark, Table Mountain. And when I say tackle, I use the term very loosely. For those of you whose knees start to creak at the mere thought of a steep incline, I have two magical words for you: cable car. Yes, why bother with all that huffing and puffing, sweating and straining, when you can be whisked to the top in a lovely rotating gondola? It's the thinking person's way to conquer a mountain. The best times to go are in the spring or autumn months, from September to November or March to April. The weather is generally clear and pleasant, giving you the best chance for those jaw-dropping panoramic views. And let me tell you, the views are worth it. You get to see the entire city bowl laid out beneath you, the vast expanse of the Atlantic Ocean, and Robben Island in the distance. It's one of those views that really puts things into perspective. You feel on top of the world, quite literally. The cable car itself is an experience. It rotates 360 degrees on the way up, so everyone gets a turn at the best view, which cleverly avoids any undignified shoving for the best spot by the window. Once you're at the top, there are easy, well-marked walking paths that let you wander around the tabletop. It's surprisingly flat up there, covered in unique fynbos vegetation you won't see anywhere else. You can spend a good hour or two just strolling about, taking photos and breathing in that crisp mountain air. And of course, there's a cafe. Because what's the point of conquering a mountain if you can't celebrate with a slice of cake and a cup of coffee at the summit? It's the perfect reward for all your hard work getting into the cable car. So, leave the hiking boots to the youngsters. We're taking the sensible, scenic, and frankly, far more enjoyable route to the top. It's all the glory with none of the groaning. My kind of mountaineering. From the top of Table Mountain, you can spot a small island shimmering in the bay. That, my friends, is Robben Island, and it's our next destination. Now, this isn't your typical island getaway with cocktails and palm trees. This is a place of profound history, a place that will move you and make you think. It's where Nelson Mandela and many other political prisoners were held during the apartheid era. A visit here is essential to understanding the journey of modern South Africa. The trip starts with a ferry ride from the V&A waterfront. Now, the boat ride itself can be a bit bracing. Depending on the day, the Atlantic can be a little choppy. So if you're prone to feeling a bit green around the gills, perhaps a travel sickness tablet might be in order. Think of it as a little adventure before the main event. The views of Table Mountain from the water are spectacular, so even if the sea is lively, the scenery is a wonderful distraction. Once on the island, you're taken on a bus tour to see the various historical sites, including the lime quarry where prisoners endured hard labour. But the most poignant part of the tour is when you visit the prison itself. The tours are often led by former political prisoners, which is an incredibly powerful experience. Hearing their first-hand accounts of life on the island, of the struggles and the resilience of the human spirit, is something that will stay with you long after you've left. You get to see Nelson Mandela's tiny cell, a stark and humbling sight. It's a moment for quiet reflection on the sacrifices made for freedom. While the subject matter is serious, the overall message is one of triumph and hope. It's a testament to the power of forgiveness and reconciliation. It's a history lesson you can't get from a book, and a reminder that we're never too old to learn about the world and the remarkable people who have shaped it. It's a truly unforgettable experience. All right, after that deeply moving and historical interlude, I think it's time for a drink, don't you? Our next stop takes us to the gorgeous winelands of Stellenbosch. Just a short drive from Cape Town, you'll find yourself surrounded by rolling hills covered in vineyards and stunning whitewashed Cape Dutch architecture. It's ridiculously picturesque. Honestly, you'll want to take a photo every 5 seconds. It's like stepping into a landscape painting. The best time to visit is during the harvest season, from February to April. The vineyards are buzzing with activity, the cellars are filled with the incredible smell of fermenting grapes, and the whole region has a celebratory feel. It's the perfect time to indulge in a bit of wine tasting, or as I like to call it, essential hydration. When you're on holiday, it's practically a health requirement. It's all about the antioxidants, you see. Doctor's orders. There are literally hundreds of wine estates to choose from, ranging from grand historic farms to trendy modern boutiques. You can spend a whole day, or even a few, hopping from one to the next. Many of them have world-class restaurants, so you can pair your pinotage with a fabulous lunch overlooking the vines. My advice? Don't try to do too much. Pick 2 or 3 estates, take your time, and really savor the experience. This isn't a race, it's a marathon of sophisticated sipping, and don't be intimidated if you're not a wine connoisseur. The people at the vineyards are wonderfully friendly and passionate, and they love sharing their knowledge. They'll happily talk you through the different varietals, from a crisp Sauvignon Blanc to a full-bodied Cabernet Sauvignon. You'll learn a little, you'll laugh a lot, and you'll leave with a few bottles of your new favourite tipple. It's a delightful, delicious, and thoroughly decadent way to spend an afternoon. Cheers to that! Let's head back into the heart of Cape Town for our next adventure, a visit to the Victoria and Alfred waterfront. Now, this isn't just any old shopping centre. Oh no, this is a bustling, vibrant working harbour with a spectacular backdrop of Table Mountain. It's got a bit of everything. Fantastic shops, wonderful restaurants, street performers, and some of the best people watching on the continent. It's the perfect place to just have a wander and soak up the atmosphere. For those of you who enjoy a spot of retail therapy, you'll be in heaven. There are high-end boutiques, quirky craft markets, and everything in between. It's a great place to pick up some beautiful souvenirs that are a little more special than your average fridge magnet. You could easily lose a whole afternoon just browsing. And when your feet get tired, there are countless cafes and restaurants with outdoor seating, perfect for watching the world go by. And oh, the people watching. It's a fabulous mix of glamorous locals, wide-eyed tourists, and salty old sailors. Grab a seat, order a coffee or a glass of wine, and just enjoy the show. You'll see it all. Plus, you've got the added entertainment of the resident Cape Fur seals, who often haul themselves out of the water to sunbathe on the jetties. They are the true stars of the waterfront, lazing about without a care in the world. Frankly, I envy their lifestyle. It's also the departure point for many boat trips, including the ferry to Robben Island and Sunset Champagne cruises. So it's a real hub of activity. You can watch the enormous ships coming and going, listen to the sounds of a marimba band playing in the square, and just feel the energy of the city. It's a place that's alive and buzzing from morning till night. A little bit of shopping, a little bit of seal spotting, and a lot of atmosphere. What's not to love? Prepare yourselves for a cuteness overload of epic proportions. Our next stop is Boulders Beach, home to a colony of African penguins. Yes, actual penguins on a beach in Africa. It's one of those things that sounds a bit made up, but I assure you, it's very real and very, very charming. These little chaps, dressed in their permanent tuxedos, have set up home amongst the giant granite boulders that give the beach its name, and they are an absolute delight to watch. You view them from a series of wooden boardwalks that wind through their nesting area and along the beach. This gets you wonderfully close to the action without disturbing them. And there is always action. You'll see them waddling down to the sea in determined little groups, looking for all the world like a committee of very important, slightly clumsy businessmen on their way to a meeting. Their waddle is just infectious. You'll find yourself smiling like a loon. Then there's the swimming. They are transformed in the water, from awkward walkers to sleek torpedo-like swimmers, darting through the clear blue water. You'll see them preening on the rocks, braying loudly to each other, a sound that gives them their other name, the jackass penguin, and generally going about their penguin business. It's better than any nature documentary because you're right there, smelling the sea air and hearing their calls. It's a fantastic outing for any age, but there's something particularly joyous about it. It's impossible to be grumpy when you're surrounded by hundreds of waddling penguins. It's pure, simple, unadulterated joy. A little tip: the beach itself is part of the Table Mountain National Park, so there is an entrance fee, but it's worth every single penny. just be prepared to have your heart completely stolen by these charming little birds in their smart little suits. Right, buckle up everyone, it's time for a road trip. But this isn't just any road trip, this is the Garden Route, a world-famous stretch of coastline that runs for about 300 kilometres from Mossel Bay to the Storms River. It's called the Garden Route for a reason. It is ridiculously beautiful. We're talking lush forests, sparkling lagoons, dramatic cliffs and golden beaches. Every single bend in the road reveals another view that's even more stunning than the last. The best time to do this drive is in the spring, around September and October, when the wildflowers are in full bloom, adding spectacular splashes of colour to the already gorgeous landscape. The beauty of driving it yourself is that you can go at your own pace. See a lovely little town you fancy exploring? Pull over. Find a deserted beach that's calling your name. Stop for a paddle. It's the ultimate freedom, with a 5-star view constantly rolling past your window. Now let's talk about a crucial aspect of any long drive, the pit stops. And the Garden Route does not disappoint. Forget dodgy roadside cafes. Here, you can plan your scenic bathroom breaks around charming farm stalls selling local produce, artisanal cheeses, and homemade pies. You can stop for lunch in picturesque towns like Knysna, famous for its oysters, or Plettenberg Bay, with its glamorous beachfront vibe. It's the most civilized road trip you'll ever take. There are so many things to see and do along the way. You can visit an elephant sanctuary, walk through the treetops on a canopy tour in the Tsitsikamma forest, or even, if you're feeling particularly brave, bungee jump from the Blukruns Bridge. Or you can just stick to the driving, the eating, and the admiring of views, which is a perfectly wonderful plan in itself. It's a journey that's as magnificent as the destination. From one spectacular coastal experience to another. Our next adventure takes us to the charming town of Hermanus, which holds the rather grand title of being the best land-based whale-watching destination in the world. And for once, the hype is absolutely true. Between June and November, this place becomes the maternity ward for southern right whales who come to these sheltered bays to calve and nurse their young, and you can see them right from the shore. Honestly, it's an extraordinary sight. You can be sitting on a cliff-top bench, enjoying a sandwich, and suddenly a 40-ton whale will launch itself out of the water just a few hundred meters away. It's called breaching, and it will take your breath away. You don't need a boat, you don't need fancy equipment, you just need to be there. The town even has its own whale crier, the only one in the world, who wanders the streets blowing a kelp horn to announce where the whales have been spotted. How fabulous is that? Now, a little word of advice. Do bring your glasses, or your contact lenses, or even those little binoculars you bought for the safari. While the whales often come incredibly close to the shore, you'll want a crystal clear view of them spy-hopping, tail-slapping, and generally having a whale of a time. The cliff path that runs along the coast offers kilometre after kilometre of prime viewing spots, so you can have a lovely walk while keeping an eye out for our giant visitors. It's a truly humbling experience to be in the presence of these gentle giants. They are so massive, so powerful, yet so graceful. Watching a mother whale tenderly nudging her calf is a profoundly moving sight. Hermanus itself is a lovely town with great restaurants and art galleries, but let's be honest, everyone is there for the whales, and they put on a show that you will never ever forget. It's nature's grandest spectacle, and you have a front row seat. After all that coastal excitement, it's time to head inland to the majestic Drakensberg Mountains. The name means Dragon Mountains in Afrikaans, and when you see their jagged, dramatic peaks disappearing into the clouds, you can understand why. This is a landscape of epic proportions, a UNESCO World Heritage Site that will make you feel tiny in the best possible way. The sheer scale and beauty of it are just staggering. The best time to visit is in the summer, from November to February. The mountains are lush and green, the rivers are full, and the afternoons are often marked by dramatic but short-lived thunderstorms that clear the air and leave everything smelling fresh and clean. And the air. Oh, the mountain air. They say it can make you feel young again, and I'm inclined to believe them. Breathing it in, you feel invigorated, alive, and ready for a bit of gentle adventure. Now, you don't have to be a hardcore mountaineer to enjoy the Drakensberg. There are countless gentle walks and easy hiking trails that lead to beautiful picnic spots, hidden waterfalls, and ancient sand rock art sites. These fascinating paintings, some of them thousands of years old, offer a glimpse into the spiritual world of the San people, the earliest inhabitants of the region. It's like an outdoor art gallery, and it's absolutely captivating. This is a place to slow down and reconnect with nature. Find a comfortable lodge with a roaring fire, a good book, and a view that goes on forever. Take a leisurely stroll in the morning, have a hearty lunch, and maybe a little nap in the afternoon. It's about peace, tranquility, and the kind of profound silence you can only find in the mountains. It's a tonic for the soul, a place to recharge your batteries and marvel at the sheer raw beauty of our planet. Our journey now takes us to the bustling city of Johannesburg, and to a destination that is as important as it is powerful, the Apartheid Museum. Now, I know what you might be thinking. A museum visit can sometimes feel a bit like homework on holiday. But this is different. This museum tells the story of the rise and fall of apartheid in South Africa, and it does so in a way that is incredibly engaging, moving, and ultimately inspiring. The experience begins at the entrance, where you are randomly assigned a white or non-white ticket, and you have to enter through separate gates. It's a small, simple act, but it immediately gives you a visceral, unsettling glimpse into the segregated reality of the apartheid system. It sets the tone for the journey you're about to take through the exhibitions, which use film, photographs, and personal artifacts to tell the story of a nation divided. It's a stark and sometimes difficult story to confront, a story of injustice and struggle. But it's also a story of incredible courage, resilience, and the fight for freedom. You'll learn about the key figures and events that shaped the anti-apartheid movement, culminating in the release of Nelson Mandela and the country's first democratic election. It's a testament to the fact that even in the darkest of times, hope can prevail. Visiting the Apartheid Museum is a reminder that we are never too old to learn, to understand, and to be moved by the stories of others. It provides crucial context for the vibrant, complex, and beautiful country that South Africa is today. You'll leave with a much deeper appreciation for the journey the nation has taken. It's not just a museum, it's a profound and necessary experience for any visitor to South Africa. Right, after all that serious history, I think our taste buds deserve an adventure of their own. We're heading to the coastal city of Durban, a place with a vibrant Indian culture and a culinary scene to match. And there is one dish you simply have to try, bunny chow. Now, before you call the RSPCA, let me assure you no bunnies are harmed in the making of this meal. The name is a bit of a mystery, but the dish itself is a legend. So, what is it? Well, you take a hollowed-out loaf of white bread and fill it with a delicious, fragrant and often fiery hot curry. It could be mutton, chicken or beans. It's a complete, self-contained meal that you eat with your hands, using the bread you scooped out to mop up the gravy. It's messy, it's hearty, and it is absolutely, utterly delicious. It's the ultimate street food, born out of necessity and perfected into an art form. Trying bunny chow for the first time is a rite of passage. My advice is to start with a quarter loaf, which is plenty for one person, and perhaps ask for a mild version if you're not a seasoned chili champion. This is a proper spicy food adventure, and you don't want to be breathing fire for the rest of the afternoon. Although, having a cold local beer on hand to cool the flames is all part of the authentic experience, of course. Durban is a melting pot of cultures, and bunny chow is the perfect symbol of that. It's a dish with a rich history, a unique flavour and a whole lot of soul. Finding a little local takeaway, ordering your bunny and eating it on a bench overlooking the Indian Ocean is a quintessential Durban experience. It's a world away from fine dining, and all the better for it. It's real, it's flavourful, and it's fun. From Durban, we fly back to Johannesburg for an experience that is as colourful and vibrant as the city itself, a tuk-tuk tour of Soweto. Firstly, can we just appreciate the word tuk-tuk? It's just fun to say, isn't it? Tuk-tuk, tuk-tuk, tuk-tuk. And I can confirm, riding in one is even more fun. These three-wheeled, motorised rickshaws are the perfect way to navigate the bustling streets of South Africa's most famous township. Soweto is a place of incredible history, energy, and spirit. A township that was at the heart of the struggle against apartheid is now a thriving, dynamic community. A tuk-tuk tour allows you to get right into the heart of it. You're not insulated in a big tour bus. You're right there, part of the street life, feeling the rhythm of the place, smelling the food from the roadside barbecues, and hearing the music pouring out of the local shebeens. The tours take you to all the key historical sites, like the former homes of Nelson Mandela and Archbishop Desmond Tutu on Vilakazi Street, the only street in the world to have housed 2 Nobel Peace Prize winners. You'll also visit the Hector Peterson Museum and Memorial, a poignant tribute to the students of the 1976 Soweto uprising. Your local guide will bring these stories to life, sharing personal insights and anecdotes that you wouldn't find in any guidebook. But it's not all about the past. The tour is also a celebration of modern Soweto. You'll see the vibrant art scene, meet friendly locals, and feel the incredible sense of community and optimism. It's an eye-opening, heartwarming, and thoroughly enjoyable experience. Zipping around in a brightly coloured tuk-tuk with the wind in your hair is a joyful way to explore a place of such significance. It will challenge your perceptions and leave you with a huge smile on your face. For our penultimate adventure, we're heading underground into one of nature's most spectacular creations, the Kango Caves. Situated in the Swartberg Mountains near the town of Oudtshoorn, this vast network of limestone caverns is a wonderland of stalactites and stalagmites that have been forming for millions of years. It's like stepping into another world, a subterranean cathedral of natural art. There are 2 main tours on offer. There's the Heritage Tour, which is a lovely, gentle stroll through the first few magnificent chambers. It's well lit, the pathways are easy, and it allows you to marvel at the sheer scale and beauty of the formations without any physical exertion. You'll see vast halls with names like Van Zil's Hall and the Rainbow Chamber, filled with towering columns and delicate crystalline structures. It's absolutely awe-inspiring. Then there's the Adventure Tour. Now, a little word to the wise. The name is not an exaggeration. This one involves squeezing through tight passages with names like the Devil's Chimney and the Post Box. Frankly, it's for the young, the foolish, or the ridiculously flexible. My advice? Stick to the Heritage Tour. Let's be honest, at our age, the only squeezing we should be doing is getting an extra scone onto our plate at tea time. Let's not risk getting stuck, shall we? It would be a terribly embarrassing way to make the news. The caves maintain a constant, pleasant temperature all year round, making them a perfect activity for a hot summer's day. The guides are fantastic, full of geological facts and amusing anecdotes. They bring the history and the science of the caves to life. It's a fascinating and visually stunning experience, a chance to witness the slow, patient and powerful artistry of nature. It's a reminder that some of the world's greatest treasures are hidden just beneath our feet. And so we come to our final adventure. And after all that exploring, driving and learning, I think we deserve a bit of pure, unadulterated relaxation. We're heading back to the coast, to the beautiful beaches of KwaZulu-Natal. Thanks to the warm waters of the Indian Ocean, this coastline is a paradise for beach lovers, especially during the South African winter, from June to August, when the weather is mild, sunny and dry. Imagine long, unspoiled stretches of golden sand, lapped by gentle, warm waves. The beaches here, especially along the Dolphin Coast and the South Coast, are simply stunning. It's the perfect place to kick off your shoes, feel the sand between your toes, and hopefully not anywhere else like in your dentures. That would be a nightmare to clean. And just relax. It's the classic beach holiday, but with an extra dose of South African beauty. You can do as much or as little as you like. Find a comfortable sun lounger, put up a parasol, and get stuck into that novel you've been meaning to read for ages. Go for a gentle stroll along the shoreline, collecting shells and watching the dolphins that often play in the surf just beyond the waves. Or take a dip in the ocean. The water is so pleasantly warm it's like stepping into a lovely bath. This is the perfect way to end your grand South African tour. It's a time to reflect on all the incredible things you've seen and done, from the lions of Kruger to the penguins of Boulders Beach. It's a chance to just be still, to listen to the sound of the waves, and to soak up the last of the African sun. It's the final, blissful chapter in an unforgettable journey. A moment of pure, simple seaside serenity. You've earned it. And there we have it. 15 incredible adventures that prove retirement is just the beginning of a whole new chapter. From the thrill of a safari to the simple joy of a perfect glass of wine, South Africa truly has something to stir every soul. I hope this little tour has sparked your imagination and shown you that there's a world of excitement out there just waiting for you. This isn't about ticking off a list. It's about collecting moments, making memories, and coming home with stories that will make everyone just a little bit jealous. And why not? Remember, all the nitty-gritty details, my personal picks for places to stay, and the best tour operators are all linked for you. My top hotel and travel recommendations can be found in the description below, making your planning an absolute doddle. We've taken the hard work out of it so you can focus on the important stuff, like practicing your safari chic poses and deciding just how many bottles of wine you can fit in your suitcase. It's all about priorities after all. So, what are you waiting for? The adventure of a lifetime is calling. If you've enjoyed our little jaunt together and fancy more travel tips, inspiration, and hopefully a few more laughs along the way, do be a darling and hit that subscribe button. It would be lovely to have you along for the ride on our next journey. Until then, stay adventurous, stay curious, and never ever let anyone tell you you're too old to have the time of your life. Cheers!